If you've never taken Highway 101 along the Northern California coast at night, let me describe it for you. Long, unlit stretches of road with no other cars, no cell service, and a silence so complete it feels almost deliberate. Like the darkness is waiting for something. I left around 8 p.m. on a Sunday. Stupid decision. I knew it even then. The first couple of hours were manageable. But somewhere around Trinidad, the fog came. Not slowly, it swallowed the road whole. Within 5 minutes, I could barely see 20 feet ahead of my car. I slowed to 35 miles per hour and kept going. Pulling over wasn't really an option. There was nowhere to stop on that stretch, and I kept telling myself I'd be fine if I just took it slow. That was the first lie I told myself that night. Thick fog does something to your mind. It strips away landmarks, distance, time. You feel suspended, isolated, like the world outside your windshield has simply ceased to exist. I'd been driving like this for half an hour when I saw him. A figure, standing on the shoulder of the road, maybe 50 feet ahead. Just a dark shape at first, swallowed at the edges by fog. As I got closer, I could see it was a man, tall, dark clothing. He wasn't walking. He wasn't waving me down. He wasn't on his phone. He was simply standing there, perfectly still, facing the road. I slowed down as I passed, afraid he might step out. He didn't move. He didn't even turn his head to watch my car go by. That stillness was the first thing that truly unsettled me. I told myself his car must have broken down somewhere. Rational explanation. But I hadn't passed any disabled vehicles, and there was nothing at that spot. No turn off, no structure, no reason for a person to be standing there in the fog in the dark. I thought about turning around. Something stopped me. I kept driving. 10 minutes later, I saw him again. I need you to understand what I mean when I say that. Same build, same dark clothing, same posture, same unnatural stillness, standing on the shoulder with his body aimed at the road. The only difference was that this time he was on the left side instead of the right. I said, "What the hell," out loud to the empty car. There was no explanation. I was the only vehicle on that road. There were no cross streets, no shortcuts, no way a person on foot could have gotten ahead of me. I didn't want to look at him as I passed. But I did. I had to. He turned his head and looked directly into my eyes. I floored it. The fog thickened. I had to slow back down. My hands were shaking. I was trying to rationalize, and then my headlights lit up the road ahead and I stopped thinking altogether. He was standing in the middle of the road. This time he wore a hood pulled low over his face. He didn't move when I stopped. Didn't flinch when I flashed my brights at him. I sat there, frozen, engine running, staring at this hooded figure in the fog. And even though I couldn't see his face, I could feel him watching me. The way you feel a stare on the back of your neck in a dark room. Then I checked my rearview mirror. There was someone behind me. A person, creeping slowly toward my car through the darkness. I wrenched the wheel and floored it, swinging around the figure in the road. For a second I thought I was clear. Then something hit my car. Not a tap, a violent, full-body impact, the rear end lurching sideways, metal screaming. I held the wheel and kept driving, convinced I'd been sideswiped. But when I checked my mirrors, the road behind me was empty. No car, no figures, just fog in the fading center line. I drove until I hit the interchange, until the fog thinned and lights crept back into the world. Only then did my body start to unclench. By the time I got home, I had almost convinced myself I'd hallucinated everything. Then I walked around to the back of my car. The rear bumper was destroyed. A massive dent running almost the entire width, the kind of damage that comes from something hitting you very, very hard. But there was no paint transfer. None. Whatever struck my car had not been another vehicle. I stared at that dent for a long time. I've accepted that exhaustion and fog can do strange things to perception. But here's the thing I can't reconcile. The figures and the impact happened simultaneously. I can't have hallucinated one while physically experiencing the other. Which means both were real, or neither was. And the dent in my bumper makes neither impossible. Whatever was on that road that night wanted me to stop. I'm very glad I didn't.